Haibane Renmei Blu-ray review. In a town far from anywhere surrounded by walls that no one must go near, they live Haibane. Young adults and children, they are born from cookons with no memory of their lives before coming to this town, and gray feather wings on their back. One Haibane by the name of Raka emerges from her cocoon and befriends the Haibane already there, including one of the eldest, Reki. But as Raka discovers more about the town, the more she discovers about herself and the mysterious past her friend Reki's been struggling with. Haibane Renmei is a series I've been meaning to check out for a while. Its striking artwork was passed around quite a lot in the early days of the internet and Western anime fandom in the early 2000s. Also, its creator, Yoshitoshi Abe, has been responsible for many other beloved animes such as Zero Experience Lain and Welcome to the NHK. Haibane Renmei was not only his first original creation, having developed the doujinshi it's based upon, it's also the title author recommended to those interested in getting into his works, for being one of the easiest to follow from his experimental style. I admitted yet to see any other of his works, and I'm glad to got to finally take Haibane Renmei off my very long anime to watch list, or if it's not a series, I can wholeheartedly recommend it. The series is only 13 episodes long, and it's not slowly moving, almost slice of life tales of these mysterious angel-like beings. The opening episode is quite gripping, with the Haibane gently welcoming its new member and the audience to its unusual world, and the scene where Raka gets her wings is brutally and beautifully portrayed. But generally, the story has two modes. One is character studies for Raka and Reki, the other exploration of the mysterious town and its unusual history and rules, plus how it affects the other Haibane and humans that lives there. The character arcs for the main two females are the strongest part of the series. The pop character is Raka, but as the series goes on, we learn more into Reki's world and discover that her long story history with the town in her time as a Haibane has not always been positive. Anyone who suffer from depression or loneliness, they have a lot of identity within Reki. Her character is subtly revealed over time with small cues, such as her being the only one who smokes and the other hints of foreshadowing overall. Overall, it's well done, and the conclusion to her act is satisfying, but it comes to the cost of Raka's, and even more so. Everyone else's character development, but the last few episodes, we forgot that the other Haibane are even there, and Raka's emotional struggles are hastily moved on from to give Reki the last push her character needs before the finale. The other side of the show is the world building, and the many mysteries the town and its history provides. It should be said that the original doujinshi in the anime story are unfinished. Yoshitoshi Abe has gone on record to say that the purposely left many things unexplained to allow for the audience's personal interpretation. However, I believe there's a difference between allowing room for audience interpretation and being unsatisfyingly vague, and sadly Haibane Renmei falls into the later for me. The series spends a lot of time in the first half of the series explaining its world, how the Haibane are not allowed to touch the walls or even talk to certain people within the town, how no one knows truly what's outside the town, and despite having people coming in and out for trading purposes, all of which understandably raises a lot of questions for us and the main character, who is of course interested in knowing what's going on as well as her own past, so not just her, a few other Haibane and humans over the course of the series ask questions as well. So what I'm asking is, if the questions that the series raises are not meant to be answered, then why are the multiple characters asking them? If they care about the lack of knowledge they have, then by extension the audience is meant to as well. An argument can be made for the nature of fate of the series. The one must simply believe in the higher power and things will work out in the end, without acknowledging what's on the other side. A part of me understands that, however, overall the ending doesn't feel like a satisfying conclusion to the whole series. It plays more like the ending of the first boy on the long series, giving an emotional conclusion, Reki's character to provide an endpoint for Volume 1. By leaving enough questions open, the world itself, the Haibane left behind pick up in the next volume, but sadly the rest of this story has yet to surface, and I doubt it ever will. The animation is provided by Radix Ace Entertainment, who have been defunct since 2006, but have animated a few series for the Sakura Wars OVAs, the Bakugamon being their last animated series. I yet to see their other projects animatedly, so I don't have the DVD or the series to confirm this, but its release doesn't exactly impress when it comes to the Blu-ray side of things. The animation quality is already a bit all over the place. The opening last episode has some very powerful imagery, and the town itself is beautifully designed with many backgrounds looking luscious. But in between you have many statistic character movements, inconsistent facial animations, and it looks like all it done is simply up-res the original DVD release. So many shots look blurry. It's not helped that many of the undisc extras such as interviews with the creators and the special ending basically credits with artwork behind it. were included in the DVD release, according to Ian's review from 2016. The only unique extra here is a special edition coming with hardbook art box and art cards. So unless you're a massive fan of the series or you never owned it before, it's not worth upgrading your previous DVD for it. Audio-wise, it fares much better. The English dub cast members, which many well-known names such as Wendy Lee and Stephanie Shea, are all fine if a little stiff sometimes, but considering the elegance and mystery of the source material, I'm putting down the direction rather than the performance. Music is provided by Ko Otani, who has scored many series over his long career, including the second season of Gunslinger Girl and the video game for Shadow of the Colossus, so he fits right at home here. Haibane Renmei is a unique series with its surreal, unique world and relatable characters, but I personally could get over the inconclusiveness of the story as a whole. I can see why people are drawn to the story, but it's just not for me. If it's like unfinished series, and this isn't the one for you. But if you want something completely different for today's anime landscape, then check out the recent Blu-ray release, 6/10.